The release of Veilguard was not too long ago, and a sequel won't likely be out for another 4 to 5 years, which is just my personal guesstimation, so you're probably thinking this video is way too early. However, with no confirmation on DLC and reports on the dev team focusing on Mass Effect 5, I believe we should go ahead and start looking to the future. And although plenty of people are working on Mass Effect 5, I am willing to wager that there's also plenty of people thinking about what a sequel for Dragon Age should look like. Hello crows and non-crows alike, my name is Joe Mac, otherwise known as Support Crow, and here are my 5 must-haves for Dragon Age 5. Number 1. Better backstories. In Veilguard and in Origins, we get to choose our own faction or origin, and both games do a very good job implementing the importance of that choice throughout the game. Some factions and choices better than others, but for the most part, they do a pretty decent job. I'd like Dragon Age 5 to expand further with this, instead of giving us places where we're from or factions we've joined. Also give us conflicts to deal with. In every game you have a major quest line, and your companions have their own personal quest line and that are unique to them, and you help them get through all that. It's assumed, however, that your personal conflict for the main character is the major conflict of the game. I like our background choice to give us a conflict that is personal to us, something that we personally have to deal with. For example, perhaps we've been infected by the Blight, and we either need to join the Wardens or accept our fate, playing through the game with this crippling, painful condition. Perhaps we can choose to be from a noble house that is in severe debt and we're being hunted by the debt collector. Or maybe we can be a former blood mage that's trying to turn over a new leaf, but we're constantly tempted to use this power to achieve our goals. Overall, I love the factions and origins from Veilguard and the first game, but I want to see these backstories not only give me new avenues to progress through the game, but also challenge myself with the conflict unique to our character. Number 2. Import more choices. The amount of choices we were allowed to bring in from the past games was hauntingly depressing in Veilguard. It did the trick and I appreciate what we got, but I'd love to see more than 3 choices being represented in the next game. However, while I do enjoy the keep and appreciate it for what it accomplished, I find myself enjoying the ability to make these different choices at the start of a new game, rather than running to my laptop, uploading a world state, and then running back to my console. I can just make this world state and start playing. However, I do want more choices, but let's not overcomplicate it. Have us go down a list of choices like we did in Veilguard, but give us an option to access the choices of lesser consequence. If a choice doesn't make a difference, then obviously don't add it to the list. Number 3. Better playgrounds. If you watched my 5 things I love about Veilguard video, then you know I absolutely love the handcrafted linear levels in the game. While the explorable areas of the game weren't my favorite, I did appreciate them for what they were. I refer to these areas as playgrounds because of their relatively smaller size and their multi-level structure. You explore by basically playing a game of slides and ladders while gathering collectibles and solving puzzles and defeating enemies. I'm not delusional enough to believe that BioWare is going to ditch open exploration altogether, so I would like to see more interactivity with the world space. If I'm going to continue to return to the same space, then I like more things to do there than just gather collectibles and solve puzzles and fight respawning enemies. Let's try drinking some Lords of Fortune under the table. Let's play a game of Wicked Grace. Let's grab some street food. Let's get into a bar fight. Let's interact with unique set pieces out in the world. I'm not expecting Red Dead or Skyrim level immersion here. However, if we're going to play a game about saving the world, and if we're going to have these open areas to explore, then show us why this world is worth saving. Give us opportunities to live there. And the same goes for our base of operations. While I liked the lighthouse, I wanted to do more things there. I wanted to feel like I was living there, not just housing my companions. And I see this sentiment kind of echo throughout all of social media when it comes to the fans. You know, people want to kind of engage with the whole book club. People want to have like the dinners with the companions. People want to engage in the conversations that they are having and not just be an eavesdropper. Number 4. Blood magic. Blood magic and blood mages have been an antagonistic force in every Dragon Age game. In Dragon Age Origins and the second game, you could actually be a blood mage and face the consequences of being such. Inquisition and Veilguard don't offer the opportunity, but I like for it to make a return in Dragon Age 5. either as a premise for the main character that is struggling to fight off the urge to use blood magic, or as a returning specialization. Number 5, last but not least, swimming. You know, it's been a running joke that our main protagonist throughout all of these games just has a very severe case of aquaphobia. BioWare, it is time. We've gone through 4 major releases. If I get another protagonist that drowns whenever they step into a kiddie pool's worth of water, I might jump off the Tower of Ostagar. BioWare, look, hey, listen to my voice, okay? You can do it. If you were working with Unreal, I'd even try to help you out. But someone decided to use Frostbite instead, so you're on your own on this one, but you got this. I believe in you. Give us swimming. It doesn't have to be underwater swimming. It doesn't have to be performance swimming. Doggy paddling is enough. Just floating on your back is just fine. I know we can do backstrokes. It'll be okay. And those are my hopes and desires out of Dragon Age 5. I'm sure I'll have more as the years go by, but for now, I'm satisfied with this. Since you watched the video this far, I'll give you one more, and this is probably my most controversial one that I've kept to myself. I believe that Dragon Age 5 should be the last Dragon Age game. Don't hit that dislike button just yet, let me explain first. Whether it's a true final story for this franchise or just a final game that represents Dragon Age as we know it, I think all the choices and consequences and threads that have built up over this time need to end with 5. And I know I previously released a video that discussed a trilogy theory, and if they want to go through with that and make something out of that, then sure, fine, I'm all for it. But if that's not the case, and if Dragon Age 5 is just another game to add to the list, then I think it needs to be the last one. But maybe it doesn't have to be a total ending. Maybe the next set of games takes place far in the future, in a Titan age where Thedas is starting to embrace an industrial revolution. Maybe it takes place on an entirely different continent. Either way, the slab needs to be scraped clean, and we deserve a game that's free from the burden of consequence, be it put into a brand new age or a brand new IP altogether. I think fans of BioWare in general deserve a brand new beginning, especially considering how much we've lost along the way. Also, apparently, there has been a mysterious force weaving all the conflicts of the last 4 games together and will be making an appearance. This makes Dragon Age 5 the perfect opportunity to bring this epic story to a close. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you'd like to see in Dragon Age 5 down in the comments. I'm working on a Dragon Age theory vid on what or who this mysterious force could be, but until then, be safe, be well, be kind. Bye-bye.